At 10:41 p.m. on June 12, Officer Devin Brosnan of the Atlanta Police Department pulls into the Wendy's parking lot on University Avenue. He's just been dispatched to respond to a complaint of a man sleeping in his vehicle. 27-year-old Rayshard Brooks is asleep at the wheel, and his car is parked in the drive-thru, causing customers to drive around him. Officer Brosnan knocks on the driver's window several times.
So you're parked in the drive-thru line. You're blocking traffic here. You were sleeping when I walked up here. What's up, man? You just have a long day or something? What's up? All right, don't go back to sleep. Just pull over there.
I got you.
Okay, all right, thank you.
It's the beginning of an encounter that lasted about 40 minutes.
I don't want to deal with this dude right now.
He eventually goes back to Brooks to check on him.
Okay, how much did you drink tonight? Not much? How much is not much?
About a drink, about 12 today.
All right, hey, you have your license on you real quick?
Yeah.
All right.
Officer Brosnan contacts police dispatch.
We have any available DUI certified officers working in the zone right now?
Officer Garrett Rolfe has just pulled into the Wendy's parking lot, and Officer Brosnan fills him in. Officer Rolfe approaches Brooks.
Hey, Mr. Brooks.
Hey.
Mr. Brooks.
How you doing?
Hey, I'm Officer Rolfe of the Atlanta Police Department. How you doing?
I'm doing just fine.
At 11:03 p.m., Officer Rolfe pats Brooks down to check whether he is armed. He is not. We fast forward through the next few minutes, during which Brooks is asked to perform a series of sobriety field tests. Brooks is cooperative and responsive. Following the tests, Officer Rolfe continues to ask Brooks how much he has had to drink and how he ended up in this parking lot. Brooks offers to leave his car and walk home.
I just don't want to be in violation of anybody. I can walk, my sister's house is right here.
Will you take a preliminary breath test for me? It's yes or no.
I don't want to refuse anything.
It's yes or no. It's completely up to you.
Yes, I will.
Okay, just wait here while I grab it.
At 11:22 p.m., Brooks blows over the legal limit.
I think you've had too much to drink to be driving, so put your hands behind your back for me. Yeah, put your hands behind your back.
Rolfe's body camera is knocked off. The two officers are on top of him. They continue to physically wrestle with Brooks. Brosnan takes out his taser and places it directly on Brooks's leg. A witness sitting in her car also captures the struggle between Brooks and the two officers who are trying to restrain him. Brooks grabs the taser out of Brosnan's hand.
Hey, hands off the taser! Stop fighting!
Brooks manages to break free. He's still holding the taser. Officer Rolfe pulls out his taser and fires. A Wendy's security camera captured the rest of the incident. It runs a few minutes behind the police footage and has no audio, but we synced it with the 5 other sources of video to understand what happened in this parking lot. Taser in hand, Rolfe continues to chase Brooks. The taser wires are visible. Brosnan calls a dispatcher and runs after them. Brooks turns around, appears to fire the taser. Officer Rolfe drops his taser, grabs his gun, and fires 3 shots as Brooks runs away from him. Rolfe runs over to Brooks, who is lying on the floor. Both officers stand over him. Brooks's arm is still moving. Rolfe runs back to the car. He calls for help over his radio. He puts on a pair of gloves as witnesses berate him.
Oh my God. Wow.
About 2 minutes have gone by since Brooks was shot, and the other officers standing near him have not yet provided medical assistance. Officer Rolfe runs back to Brooks with a bag in hand. In the next few minutes, they will apply what appears to be bandages. Another officer holding Brosnan's body camera captures officers performing CPR on Brooks a few minutes later.
Tell them CPR's in progress.
Yeah.
The ambulance arrives shortly after. Brooks was pronounced dead at the hospital. His autopsy showed he had 2 gunshot wounds to the back. The officer who shot Brooks was fired. Meanwhile, Georgia officials continue to investigate the shooting.